anope emraso sensema ya bo ano efi oman mu no ye de besom wo se no so pem kase wo KFM TV ne so dwumeko bi adaroma ananope wo mo so masnema mede nsem no mede besom ye beda talent microfinance KFM Musical Center anadada Tech Hub ye beda omo ase sabibian wo mo ebo ye chidoma yetimi edekase yede eba besom nende nsem no edos ye papa mekai wo se ya be fontentam video no Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH etwegu ewo ho enu ntu betimi ahwebi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de gu ase ama me kama na nsem no de bedi mu akotine bi ene se Ededu Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wadi ya konsem kwama eye ejodifo a yekokom wo Burkina Faso no wadi ya konsem kwama ebusua yede emu nsem yede ebesomo anope sa enso ana Advertising Association of Ghana enso etwemu sese ade billboard removal bi ebekoso ewo my Ghana ha no sa anope yede emu nsem yede ebeba besomo yede dwede nsem ebeka ho ediamo trade minister edi nsem bi abetudwa efa Commander Sugar Factory no enho eno so anope yede emu nsem yede ebebro yede ni jede nsem ebeka ho ediamo eye Minister for Tourism eye Jifa Gomeshi endedwe wono so abekasa edi afafugu enho a yede emu nsem yede ebeba besomo anope weni nsem ni afofopi anope yabo ano ayede ebesomo se no so pe mu kase wo KFM TV ne so na mekai wo se twegu wo ye abefo ntentam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH no nti betimi ahwebi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de gu ase ama me kama kenkan fo anope edin a meje so ani mami esenko mami twa me ho sema me ba nsem no me hya ase edi ama Ebusiafo yesa mamuina kwaba edamase sanope muguso etimu TV ni hwa mo hwe no so pe mu kase wo KFM TV ne so na mehensem na se dia maodia arehosem anasi ewo Burkina Faso a esan ye arehosem de magana ni na ne se eye tomato traders a mo my Ghana habibia no wo mutu kwan ekofan tenten kwa Burkina Faso ekofa tomatoes edibo my Ghana ha ne koba ne se eye na watwi mu no wo mo amukoye no fofia nto atama eye mentimi ho asibisi ho metuo de ya bo mu ina etuo ma wo mo ato anananom ewo nsiedo eye Ghana fo a wo mo ekọ Burkina kofa tomatoes no ya bo wo mo ne drivers ni atuo ama wo mo de wo mo ato anananom ewo nsiedo eno enam so ma Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aba montini abekasa wodi ya konsem kwama ebusua ene obi bia wo chem se Ghana military no enso ebom homodin se wo meye hwehwemu de afa asem we ho na bebi asem ne de bia no wo mahwe na wo de ato nsem we ana mampani John Dramani Mahama no pay wodi abetu edwa
a recent incident has shown what the threat of instability and insecurity is to our regional integration and trade. As has been the tradition over decades, we trade amongst ourselves, and so agricultural products from Ghana are traded into Burkina Faso, and agricultural products from Burkina Faso, Niger, onions, tomatoes are traded into Ghana. Recently, some traders from Ghana went to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes, and they were ambushed in a village where they were transacting, and armed insurgents, terrorist armed groups attacked, and unfortunately, we lost a number of our compatriots. Happily, there are few survivors, and so the Ghana army is arranging to medevac them from Burkina Faso so that those who are injured can continue to receive treatment here in Ghana. And so on behalf of government and people, we express our condolences to the families of those who were either killed.
Adeshima Benutin Semwe Anagana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no pay what the abetu dry so Yadibi Ababe some name no one fence so I was edit to Jabima watch him say Sia de a dia Ghana any sub regions no and why who ye papa is answer insecurity a be any hobium Nina ne say ye Burkina Faso ye kunkume course away and no Anna watches say Nira who ye papa now what the deep regret no de Casas we say there wo mo behwe amagana ye ban bo hu nsem no etimi ejina ne nice ye papa e de amaye nsem we ana mampeni John Dramani Mahama wo de abetu
a recent incident has shown what the threat of instability and insecurity is to our regional integration and trade. As has been the tradition over decades, we trade amongst ourselves, and so agricultural products from Ghana are traded into Burkina Faso, and agricultural products from Burkina Faso, Niger, onions, tomatoes are traded into Ghana. Recently, some traders from Ghana went to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes, and they were ambushed in a village where they were transacting, and armed insurgents, terrorist armed groups attacked, and unfortunately we lost a number of our compatriots. Happily there are few survivors, and so the Ghana army is arranging to medevac them from Burkina Faso so that those who are injured can continue to receive treatment here in Ghana. And so on behalf of government and people, we express our condolences to the families of those who were either killed or have been injured.
Adeshima Benutin Semwe Anagana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wode abetu dwa efa eye Burkina Faso nsemi ho a anopeyen so yeribi ababe somo na wasan edin sembe tu dwa efa eye cocoa producer price a wo mo artist no eno ana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama echemu se ono ankasa oye cocoa farmer wo cocoa eye acres dodo na e wo my ganunti sa ade we ya cocoa pharmacy wo mo fem no ade a wo no so wo fa the same thing emu enu nti wo mo nka makoma to mo yem na mpenifo eguso a eden hyehyɛ pa egu kwan mo ede ama won semwe ana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama no pay wode abetu
planted cocoa on the 50 acres, so I'm a cocoa farmer, and so when the price was reduced by government, it affects me too. I want to be able to empathize with farmers so that when we take any policy decision, we know that it has an effect on farmers, and we feel it ourselves. If there's no fertilizer, if the price of fertilizer is expensive, I feel it myself because I also buy fertilizer. I recently acquired another 100 acres of land, and this time I've dedicated it to all.
Enuti Samwe ana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama wode abetu dwa wode kwama cocoa farmers ahodo a wo mo e wo my Ghana ha no peyen so yedi bi ababe som yeto aso e dia ma ode a eye ndrada anna eye 2026 eye sinon as logi Chinese New Year celebration e course e wo kpon no eye Mampeni abedi echi eye Professor Jenana Opoko Ajiman e bo ne homodin ekopie mu e wo dwumedie na ase na ho anode nsem dodo na etudwa wo chem se sesi de ehu behia se eye development ahodo a ye wo my Ghana ha ne di be free infrastructure mu na no de yetimi atene mu ekodu eye cultural exchange and eye mutual respect eno eye de bia beboa ma bibia no eye oman a etumpo no etimi akonenimie papa ne aboa ma bibia atodi same way ana Professor Jenana Opoko Ajiman a oye Mampeni abedi etwe no wode abetu edwa
that endure are built on clarity of purpose, mutual accountability, and the willingness to learn from what has worked and what has not. Ghana approaches the future determined to deepen our cooperation that is transparent, fair, and aligned with our development priorities, particularly as we work to strengthen the systems that support industrial growth, energy security, and long-term economic resilience.
Enunti Mampeni Abedieche Professor Jena na Opokwajima wono anodin semwe abetudwa no pe ayen so ye di bi aba besom ye to ansem ne so di amaodia eyedom kuma banu deni awo mashebedwafie onmunyamfo Alexander Afenyomakens ye asetina wo mukoye wo my Ghana haneno anodin sem bi abetudwa efoko ko producer price a wo mo artist so free 3625 ekodru 2587 emuno watch say eno setback edima cocoa farmers a wo mo ewo my Ghana nti wo share aban say menimu ya won hwe nasa nsesa no won san ensesa mo bio enkodu boa dada na wo modemom no ade bia ebebo mo ye papa dom kuma no ba no deni onmunya for Alexander Afenyomakens wono anodin semwe abetu eja.
Once a producer price has been determined and announced for the crop year, it is legally and contractually binding. Therefore, government cannot, in the course of the particular year, vary the producer price to the disadvantage of the farmer. We, the minority, hereby call on the government as a matter of urgency to restore the producer price of cocoa in Ghana to its original value of 3,625 Ghana cedi per 64 kilogram bag with immediate effect. We also demand that government and Cocoa Board pay any difference that farmers and the RBCs might have suffered already by the recent announcement. Mr. Speaker, I so submit. Thank you so much.
Enunti dom kuma no ba no deni onmunyamfo Alexander Afenyomakens wono anodin semwe abetudwa yen so ye dibi aba besomo ye to ansem no so di amodi amahebedwane a wogina de ma di hye ya wo mo ewo guana bato mpeso so Fred enso edosobo ebo NPP ameni okuna wo chem se ma wo mbetena so wo my Ghana ha no ade a wo management na ye po ye pa esanse sisi ade Ghana for in hu se NPP ameni okuna wo mo mamemu a mbebu wo my Ghana ha no ade a wo mo ema ye economy ne ekofom ye papa eno ade bia entwa sisi ade Ghana for ebe hunu kwa bia ewo mensemwe anna mrahebedwane de ma de hye ya wo mo ewo gwan abaton peso aso no wode abetu edwa.
Under the NDC administration, we gave free stabling to cocoa farmers. For the 8 years that they were not, Mr. Speaker, not even one stabling was given to cocoa farmers under their watch. Mr. Speaker, at a point in this country, inflation was 54%. Mr. Speaker, today as we speak, inflation is single digits. The cocoa farmer is far better off than under your watch. Mr. Speaker, it is sad when we hear our colleagues from the NPP pretend as though they like the Ghanaian farmer and for that matter the cocoa farmer. They know you. They know what you did in the past 8 years. They know that when they are looking for their enemy, you are the one they'll come and look for. Mr. Speaker, your party members today, they are moving around the cocoa farms trying to instigate the farmers. The farmers know you. They know what you did when you were in power. Mr. Speaker, under your watch, you awarded contract to people to go and do cocoa roads. You gave them mobilizations. They chopped the money, they didn't go the other way. Mr. Speaker, they chopped the money, they didn't do any work. That is your legacy. Mr. Speaker, even the cocoa scholarship that were meant for poor farmers' children, you gave it to yourselves. Mr. Speaker, your track record is there for all to see. That you don't care about Ghanaian cocoa farmers, that what you care about is how to enrich yourself. And that the very little that was meant for them, you took it away from them. President Mahama has promised that by the grace of God, in the short term, we are going to make sure that 50% of our cocoa beans, we are going to add value to it. We are going to press it right here in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we are no longer going to take syndicated loan to go and come and buy cocoa beans. We are going to use our own CDs to buy the cocoa beans right here in Ghana. all of you will see with your eyes. You will see what you are going to do in this industry. And Ghanaian farmers will appreciate us. So when they have a problem today, we are talking about it, you should be the least of people to open your mouth. Keep quiet and watch President Mahama deliver on his promise. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I thank you very much, and let me assure you that the cocoa farmers, as the cancer say, they know that you are bad managers of the economy, and that for the 8 years, you only came to enrich yourself. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Adeshima Benuti Semwe and Penny for the Abetuja no pay and Suya de be Ababesumo yet to so Eddie Amodia, a dom Kessia no banu Denny Omunyam for Mahama Yariga and the Dre one so the Abetuja watch him say a year cabinet Asher say Womunya forensic audit and fanfa a year criminal probe a war Ghana ye cocoa a year board activities best and fear on what Trebe Tremukono. Womunya sa forensic audit and fanfa no eya debia a beboa mujumedia will mudu or my Ghana hano etimi afanento mapa edifra dom kese no banu deni Mahama Yariga wono anodin semwe abetu eja.
Transparency in the management of Cocoa Board and the cocoa sector as a whole, Cabinet has directed the Attorney General to commission concurrent forensic audit and criminal investigations into the activities of Cocoa Board over the last 8 years. Cabinet has directed the Minister of Finance, Cabinet has directed to ensure accountability and transparency in the management of Cocoa Board and the cocoa sector as a whole. Cabinet has directed the Attorney General to commission concurrent forensic audit and criminal investigations into the activities of Cocoa Board over the last 8 years. Cabinet has directed the Minister of Finance to initiate immediate reforms at Cocoa Board to streamline their operations and cut costs, wasteful and uncontrolled expenditure practices. The world market price has dropped significantly from an average of $7,200 per ton, $200 per ton, to $4,100 per ton, making Ghana's cocoa beans uncompetitive and creating liquidity challenges. To address this, the Producer Price Review Committee met this afternoon to assess the challenges facing the sector and review the producer price for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season. In order to cushion the farmer, the PPRC has recommended that the farmers be paid 90% of the achieved gross FOB of $4,200 to mitigate the adverse impact on the farmer as a result of the fall in the world market price. Consequently, the PPRC announces that effective today, Thursday, 17 February 2026, the new producer price for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season will be 41,392 Ghana cedis per ton and 22,587 Ghana cedis per bag. This measure has become necessary to reflect the reality of the world market price of cocoa, ensure the injection of immediate liquidity for expedited payment of farmers, and guarantee the sustainability of the sector.
We Anna Mahama Yariga our majority leader wa mashebedwafie no wode abetudwa yenso ye de bi ababe somo ye to ansem ne so de amaude Reverend Team for Joy and the day wono so eden sem bi abetudwa wode kwa magana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama watch him say be say bosum bebre ana helicopter crash see ye ewo my Ghana enam so my defense minister etwa nanan ewo nsiedo eno ana ode abetudwa watch him say be say bosum bebre ye ni defense minister o my Ghana hano eno eya de bia eha adwinye papa papa no ntia wo send manimi ya mampeni John Dramani Mahama obone humodi na wo yi defense minister send be ye betimi aboama bibia no Ghana ye Bible ho nsem no ebetimi ejina ne nai so some way ana Reverend Team for Joy wode abetu eja
7 months ni more appointed substantive defense minister must mo ye entino yes yenim sa bridge mu ha no ye nua no mo atwa hu asei how kese wo ho aye nyina ye de abadu ya se nsuum se de bi nu ha enti no terrorism ekoso wo Burkina de nye ne ekoso wo miamia bi abemma ye no nye ne enti se wo ye the national security architecture now wo defense minister wo defense intelligence for no ebe ma information em wo hu se sa Burkina ho no nkronkro bi wo ho a ho no ye hotspots ho no de terrorism no asori agina pa wo be ye risk assessment hu se sa Lorum province no a hotspot enti no wakasa wo be ye all that assessment na sa hotspots ni nyina no why travel advisory the adwadifo through the Ministry of Trade, because Trade Ministry no was adwadifo ya they are very organized and na kama mo protection to mo back from the border no mo receive no ma escort to eko na mu wi amasa escort to aba. That arrangement can only be done between the Minister for Defense in Ghana and the Minister for Defense in Burkina Faso. Every life matters. So this is a serious leadership failure, serious security failure, serious intelligence failure on the part of Abino. And to me, na see 72 hours crampo no Aban penny be to me into 9 encore Burkina Faso. Na say ehun hia wom na de esi no ade ehun pa na ehun hia wom ho no Minister for Interior anu wayi ni say wono na emedi animu no wonfa update kitua bi mra. Minister for the Interior no constitutionally although he's responsible for only what happens in Ghana, internal security within our borders. Nadia Kwakoso Burkina no, a foreign affairs, Minister for Defense, foreign affairs minister no away, populace okuji to a black one. And he no Sabre SNK, one year briefing, be one visit and your first hand information, and 1 year repatriation, evacuation. Every year, no, not my year by now, because you have to do a press conference and apprise the whole Ghana. Ghana phone you know actually as to me the updates be the mawum and yes ask anti statement, you know. So we are demanding urgent briefing. And we are demanding, say, Ghana for two batako be man's wakudi jaba Ghana no. And we here a buying what is really there. On my high level, high power delegation, ministerial delegation, and Burkina, and Koshe Union Mohuakai, no Munya Bibipa, and Becantre, no more for nobody no, and no money pedria one yet sinquem, and Mray, near Trasso, Ewa. Na train no no measures BS o mudi to egu akwam na won ya eba betu kwan akwama no ne nkru atwa ehun asia mama atwa ehun asia terrorism ho no nso no won fast say pam egu akwam. So we demand all these measures, we demand all these answers.
Abetudwa yensu ye dibi ababesom ye gina ni se mesu ne twa ye ho sema akwaje aboafo nkra so abaye ba nsem ne ye beto aso edi amo.
Are you still driving fuel cars in this modern era? The future of driving is here. KFM Limited, lead distributors of electronic vehicles, have made transportation easy and efficient. Behind me are 3 of their beautiful new brands: Leap Moto, Xiaomi, and Nami. Come with me, let's explore the fine details. Leap Moto, let me tell you a bit about its interior. Like you can see, the interior is heavenly, right? There's whole wheel and everything in here is in shades of gray. So we have light and dark gray. Very classy. You have 2 screens to your display. This very screen gives you everything about the infotainment. We have its mileage, how far it can take you. On your journey with this electric car, you can switch it into just 3 comfortable modes. It's either the standard for a regular drive, the sports mode for a fast mode, or the economy to manage your battery strength. If you charge it in about 6 hours, it should take you 310 kilometers. Yes, you can go to Kumasi and back. I get that. Leap Moto, your option, your choice if you're a new driver like myself. Let's try the other. Now to my favorite. It's called Geely Xiaomi. Come with me, let's toy in there. All you need is this keyless key. You just make sure it's handy and around. And as the moment you open the car, it starts on its own. Like the interior speaks for itself. Glorious black and white. In its all glory, beautiful wheel, and you have a very lengthy screen. It gives you same 3 modes, standard, economy, and sports for a high or fast rider like myself. Now to my very final brand I'd like to introduce you to. It's called Nami, Sky Blue Nami. Come with me, let me tell you a bit more about it. Nami, like all the other electronic cars, is beautiful. Its interior is a glamorous 2 shades of gray, light gray and darker gray. With 2 beautiful screens, this one gives you information and entertainment. Thus, gives you the battery strength. Nami can travel 330 kilometers. It can go to Kumasi and back. If you charge it for 6 hours, you're good to go. You can also fast charge it for 3 hours. Beautiful wheel and everything you need. Nami, my preference everywhere. Do you desire an electronic vehicle in Ghana? We have various payment options, including hire purchase. Contact KFM Limited with the numbers below the screen. We have you sorted.
Medo benami Ghana duko duaja pleho duko kata. Mie chonya ni ade venami cho Talent Microfinance Limited gajarupa. Mie wana susu savings, adishare, school buafo, cashback, ple bubwa okata. Nenyebe egajom de miagbo la letie tomebeko aten aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe on gahia ola aten wanva ava de ugai kene hia fa.
Tanenyebe mi fom cho mi afa jom yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church financing elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubu li kenye personal loan. Nenyebe mi fom cho business loan enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenyebe washiba keke alum eleswe we have talent. Mi pepe gede nwo nenye wo shigba lesua na wo ge wo keke gede ji to talent pomo nuome nenye be mi ponchu mi afa salary loan enye gado mo mi ke mi huna mi afa jirudu dollar nke ga nyu he ya ba talent wo pay slip pe bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia o na kokoko salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji bufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeake mia flegeno na nohem v choji nto jinwade vare kwereka mpopo kai ganyu heya talent kuna poheya ole chagbagba do tare talent bena wo gado monwa anobobwe nami akpenami
Etibe ya nyafi ke talent la.
Talent Microfinance Jengo Amegan Shipe Abe Latina Tejibo Hotame.
Miape Kapomoye nya 050-129-1298. Hello 050-128-9119. Talent Oga Kwamanu Banta.
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
Adeshima by a time amuna kwaba eda masisano pay mubusu etimu TV ho amhwe no so pay mo kase wo KFM TV ne so me koso kai wo sensemi etwegu e wo ya abe content am video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH na ne to betimi ahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de egu ase ama me kama na me tansem ne so e de ama odia e ya Accra Metropolitan Assembly dedwe wo modin sembi abetudwa mo chem se wo modin hihye pa egu kwan se wo mo beso how ahodra facing industries ahodwa my Ghana hama muntimi emboa ma wo mun create inwuma wo my Ghana ha no eno ana Accra mayor ede abetudwa wo chem se si ade wo mo de hihye pa ebegu kwan ma sa challenges we na wo beso ano ede amawo.
They've spoken to you about that?
And so far, they're having a problem with the parking of front of their companies. They're having challenge about a couple of how there's our people that sell on their pavements. So I'll tell you, I'll move some of them back for them to have clear way to work.
Thank you.
Ebusiafo enu nti Michael ni kpakpo alote wono anode nsem ya betudwa wosan nsem bi etudwa wode kwama companies ahodo mo my Ghana ha se abibia no runabout a womo wo my Ghana ha no ade a womo share industries ni se womo hwe na womo som na ade a eboa ma bibia no man no emutimete kroje na fa bia wo so man ni mutimi ye no etimi aye no nti womo hwe se runabout ahodo bi ombe bia womo so ebebi omonsem na omode awawa tu asom se na ebeboa mo my Ghana enso etimi afa na ntuma pa efra ni kpakpo alote ni nsem a wode tu dwan ebi anaye so ye de esomo.
Yeah, we have a couple of runabouts, we have a couple of open spaces that we want to for them to adapt the places, for them to own it. They can green the place and do a bit of adverts there, and I think it's gonna beautify the city. So a couple of them said they are ready to come on board. It's a good initiative. We are now trying to see how best it will work.
Ebusiafo ye to ansem ne so edi amaodia Advertising Association of Ghana so edi nsem bia betudwa efa billboard ne ade a wo my Ghana ha no eno anomo pani abammontim Andrew aka abammontim ma wabekasa edi afasa billboard nsem ho nsem no yeso ye de bi esomo ewo kase no eso.
We want to state clearly that we are not against the decongestion of billboards in our cities. We are actually for it. In fact, we have been at the forefront of speaking loudly about these illegal billboards causing harm to road users and creating a lot of noise, what we call advertising noise in the industry, and posing a lot of danger to road users. So we want the right things to be done. Now, how do we get the right things to be done? As a body that harnesses majority of these adult players in terms of their size and all of that, we think that we should be called to come and sit and have a conversation. It is true that we got the invitation from the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs to be part of the committee. But the committee's job is not done. We have a lot of information, we have a lot of data, we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of skills, know-how. We have a lot of audit and reports in the past that we are willing to share with the committee. But the committee is not done with its work. In fact, we wrote a letter requesting that we want a lot more representation. The reason why we ask that is that you cannot form a committee that is decongesting the cities and not involve the players in the industry. So we raised that question, that why are you not inviting players in the industry? It could be 2, it could be 3, but you can't make a decision about, it's just like going to a hospital and making a decision without doctors and nurses. It doesn't work. So we made that request. And we're waiting for that response to happen. Then randomly, you hear that billboards are being marked to be taken down. Now, the reason why we are asking for a plan so that we can follow is that whoever is marking does not know whether the board is legitimate or not. And the reason is that for those who are playing by the books, would have erected their billboards first. Those who are doing illegally will go and erect around it. Now, if you're going to decongest, how would you know which board came first or not? But we know, we have the knowledge, we have the information. That's why we are requesting that bring us on board, let us sit down. Again, there's a document prepared by the Ghana Standard Authority with a lot of experts and professionals in the field, from engineers to surveyors to all experts in the industry, Urban Roads, Highways Authority, all of them, Ghana Surveyors Institute, to come up with GS 847 2019 second edition, which will be a guideline to the MMDAs before they issue a permit, because they are the one who holds the law in their bosom to issue a permit, just like they issue a permit to build a house. Unfortunately, and we're not here to cast aspersions at anyone, unfortunately, the results of those permit issuance is what we see on the roads. Either that, or either the wrong permits are issued, or there are people who don't go for permit at all, but decide to mount billboards without permits. Either of them, we need to go out there and try and root them out. So this is a larger call, not just because the committee that was set up is not done with this work. It's a larger call because
Ebusia Finance some way and Advertising Association of Ghana a year 1 penny at the Abetuja so ye be ababe someone I yet 1 so at the amount the Amashibi Jania or Ujina de Madisha or more ever second D a year blame Yamiche Ama or no abon homodin adonati a year medical equipment a hold a nebo AC best 600,000 a year Ghana cities at the Akoma second D Zongo Muslim Community Healthcare Center or watches a woman fan you ne be bitimi aboa ama healthcare service no etimi akona enimi ye papa ewo ho edi amawo.
The motive behind me supplying this equipment is that we value the health of the Sekendi people. Sekendi has been overlooked for quite a long time. We've never had a hospital. The only hospital that we have which is attributed to Sekendi is a regional one. That means it's for the whole region. Sekendi has never ever had its own hospital, and therefore I decided that in my own with my constituency executive during the election that we ought to make sure that we have available quality health facilities within the constituency. And therefore, we started with the Zongo clinic, which lacked the facilities, and so we decided that we have to supply them with the needed equipment to service their community, 2 delivery beds, nebulizer, and then the infusion stand, the oxygen, portable oxygen tanks, ultrasound scanners, a lot of them, and other ones. The cost is about 600,000 Ghana cedis, which is 6 billion old Ghana cedis. I have sacrificed. The Sekendi people sacrificed by voting for me. I have sacrificed by giving them the needed and modern equipment. I am expecting them to also deliver good services to the people of Sekendi in return.
Ebusia Finance some way and a Sekendi Mashebedwani wode Abetuja so ye de bi ababesum ye gina so ne adane ho sema ye ba nsem no ye de ko edwedie. Yaden sem no elko edwedie mu dia eye trade minister Mame Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare e dia betudwa wo chem se Commander Sugar Factory adaho anasesi wo enfie bebra enye adwuma no sesi ade ukọ ho a eye nsuo wo mo disconnect sa enso so ana electricity so wo mo disconnect a enye adwuma ni nia ne se eye be se enfie bebra wo mu si edisi ho no eye be o se car eguso no enye kaketwa sa enso so ana machines ni ahodo a womo edikogu mu no ke wo se womo de kwana mpenifo siesie ni ade an womo nye sa ade no enuti ana Commander Sugar Factory womo gya ne jeje mu a eguso a esi ho ne nsemwe ana Trade Minister Mame Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare wode abetu edwa.
The factory to national development, technical and operational deficiencies have prevented the factory from running at full capacity. The machinery and equipment of the factory have not been refurbished since construction in 2016. Equipment, generators, and motors need maintenance, and boiler top hull needs replacement to bring the factory back to life. Moreover, the factory has been disconnected from the national grid by Electricity Company of Ghana and water supply by Ghana Water Company Limited due to unpaid bills. Added to the poor state of the equipment, the facility has accumulated significant debts. Further, operationalization of the factory has also been hindered by lack of raw materials. The farming community, which was expected to anchor the raw material supply, remains disengaged due to lack of institutional support and unclear procurement channels. When I took office last year, I visited Commander to engage with the chiefs and people, members of parliament, local authorities, farmers, and stakeholders. As a result of the visit and a report submitted to government, An interim management committee was constituted to conduct a thorough technical assessment of the factory's assets, including installed equipment, machinery, production lines, and auxiliary facilities, and assess existing liabilities. Undertake a comprehensive review of the factory's financial position and assess its business viability to include an indicative estimate of the human resource and capital investment required for its successful turnaround. Also to conduct an integrated assessment of the raw material supply chain, including land availability, agro potential, logistics, and partnership. The committee is to make proposal for a sustainable raw material supply model for efficient production. Also to propose a roadmap to guide the smooth transition of the factory from the status into an operational factory, ensuring institutional, regulatory, and logistic readiness. The IMC has generated an interim report. Currently, the committee is working to submit a comprehensive report on the status of the factory. Given the importance government attaches to the factory, the ministry has prioritized the engagement of a transactional advisor to package the factory and secure a strategic investor to operationalize the factory and farms in the 2026 budget.
Minister Wode Abetujwa yenso ye dibi ababesumo ewe dwede nsem no mo migina so na madane me ho sema ba me ba me de nsem no ekọ eni dwede emu. Yaden Semno Ekwe Nijedi Mudia Eye Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Minister Abla Jifa Gomeshi Edi Abetujwa Wadin same way kwama eye smoke dealers womo ewo my Ghana se wo mumbo mumodin ama wo mumbusti wo production se ne be betimi aboama bibiano eye fugu no nipa dodo na enye bi ato ewo my Ghana ha eye tourism minister wo ni trade minister wo mo ana endedwe wo modin same way Abetujwa yenso ye dibi eso.
Because we feel North baby, but a Ghana wealth, Ghana identity, Ghana heritage, and you promote. It has nothing to do with tribe. It's about the identity of Ghana. Say if we North, na say at the Ubuntu beba, at the job opportunity aba, at the identity aba, and we have to rally around it. Yankase en fear one up so good kente na mi good kente na agozmo for me didie you good kente agotimo for me didie yenguno ye be guna nkase nke ya ratify say yan fanto UNESCO so say yendia abam yenya baako around fuguno esan say ono so the identity bia ba a create economic opportunity it's going to create a lot of opportunities ama nipa bibli omo ewum dada enim omo a beton ye challenges I face wo honum ene ahoma no ase secondly ene finance se dollar kosoro pe na ahoma no akosoro e be free aduru ya honum no ye ntimi nton fan ye adwuma bi tisa ka ye pi nya mo afiri ahoma no ho a be boa ya honum ene baby a ye betina ye adwuma no ankasa no e be hia ho nti ye be pa honorable minister acha say omumwae ewo ye honum no ene ne e haye no na yentimi mo na adwuma no nkoso enye sa open weaving dia is about or ultimately who say yentoma no emu yeduru. The smoke industry is lacking what we call a common market, and this common market is what is maybe suppressing some of these producers. If you are not in a confined place, in order to have maybe a training center, a sales center, and also maybe a museum to showcase this kind of products, I think it might not go far. So we are hoping and praying that the government will look into it, and then we have a museum or a smoke village established for the smoke industry. So that anywhere, any place in the world, if you need a smoke, you know where to get it from. Seira Mahama Koyama ene fugu ati atisea
as a ministry no e was say adwuma na make sure say ya boa omonso so omoye fugu no na omatumi amana ya available on the market. If say you can promote it all you want, say ni hwa obi nhye fugu na ye ho. Enu nti na ne me ne mpanyim for to ye nsa frɛ mu say ye culture ya ye promote kwan ben ye be fa so a ye be ye na motumi aye fugu no bebre am ya promote. Say ehu say kasa mo kan nyina dodo akosi thread ni so. Enti yenso say ministry I trade is ye be hwe kwan papa ye be fa so a cotton trade no ye be san back to the market na yetimi provide authentic things. Ye maka for sika ho amuhia mo de be ye adwuma market amobetinem weaving centers amobetinem me coordinate ministries de kama na mama mu wa papa.
Ebusia Finance in some way and tourism, a creative arts industry, no one penny, the Abetuja no pay, yes, ye de be ababesum, ye dina so near the anopano, so permocasiano, Ninia abaneri and semnona, edos ye papa pano pay, the demo aquatini, ebianese, Ghana man penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Yakonsem, Elquama, tomato traders are. Ye boom to ewo Burkina Faso no de ya konsem ekoma ebusuafo ni nia no pay enso ye de bi eba besomo sa enso so ana Advertising Association of Ghana enso de nsem bi betudwa efa Ghana ye billboard no nsem no ai no so ye de mu nsem ye de ebro ye de dwede nsem eka ho e de ma Commander Sugar Factory no eno ana Trade Minister de abetudwa wo chim se eka eda so nti ana sa factory esi wo be semfie bebreni a enye ejuma ewo my Ghana hanu ye do mo suko ye de ema ye de ni de ensem ebeka ho e de ema wo eye tourism minister eye Ablaji Fagomashi enso e de betudwa wo chese eye smoke de lesa mo my Ghana hanu wo mboa na wo boost wo production se ne be betimi aboa mafugo no nipa dodo na enye bi ato ewo my Ghana ha ye de mu nhwemu ye de besomo ewo kase ne so we ni nsem ne afrofopi anope ye boa na ye de ebrewo se no so pɛ mu kase wo KFM TV ne so aseda stronko ana ye de kwama eye KFM Musical Center dada bateka bana Talent Microfinance wo mo aboye twidom ma ye de nsemi ye de aba besomo na anope ye beda production team ni na so ase se wo boa ma ye de nsemi ye de ebrewo kenkan fo a wotemi nka no edin ameje so anope eni maami esinkuma ye mamu ina ache asan ekram.